Supposed to be an hospital. A pigsty would smell better.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Get over here now!
I cannot enter.
Prepare for this bloody city.
For God's sake. We're still alive and healthy. Can't you be satisfied with that?
We have no reason to be.
It's locked.
I have not survived being buried in a mass grave for these trivialities.
We're not in the middle of a battlefield anymore. Things are different here.
I cannot enter. Hello again, Mr. Blunt.
I'm eternally grateful, Doctor.
What caused
It happened last year following an...
Go on.
It started eating me as soon as I dozed.
I see.
No, you don't.
Why do you...
It's complicated. Rats.
What can you...
War.
Did you know Oswald?
No. We met in...
I fought in France.
Yeah. The first time I was...
You are always welcome.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to me.
Perhaps he needs to...
Could you speak to him?
Do you need med...
Afraid so.
Go out.
You're working...
Goodbye, Mr. Good evening. Do you want to talk about what?
No.
An irrational fear.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so...
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation tunnel.
Oswald, tell me about what happened when...
It was more than dark.
What you endured was terrifying. It would have completely destroyed weaker men.
It did not destroy Newton.
Shameful thought.
At some point,
Say it, Mr. Thatcher.
I thought about what I could do to survive. Just for a few more days. I thought about killing Newton. Killing and eating him. The man I fucking love.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches. Looking dead.
Have you always...
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Are you concerned?
Not really.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No. Since I
understand.
No.
Why were you locked?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Tell me about your claustrophobia.
That's what the bloody doctors said.
Why did you run? What was the reason for your...
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital, but I can't stand it.
Why were you... Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke?
I don't trust doctors.
Your fear of being trapped is...
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime.
Do you need...
Don't get me wrong, sir. I'm great.
I'm certain you have your reasons. But let me assure you, I'm not like other doctors you may have consulted with.
It is true. You risked your life to save me, after all. It would be impolite to refuse your counsel.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to...
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away! Whoever you are!
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
I am not your champion!
But of course you are, son. As surely as you are the blood of my blood.
I had to kill Mary!
I have known your pain, child. Do not succumb to...
Silence! I dismiss you, now!
The land calls for a champion. All and everyone needs you.
Silence!
I'm tired of all these puppet shows.
When I get back, I'll have a word with Tom.
It's really pissed me off. Make you all fight for us.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
My sweet girl reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo
Calm
effect.
the children, Ellen. As for me,
I'm quite busy.
Do you think Dr. Strickland has a...
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly,
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
It seems you have
I refuse.
We cannot leave. I don't know what you...
I don't...
And what...
I, sir...
Be careful.
I only...
This is...
You see...
Thank you. It's locked, all right. Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd. Good evening, Doctor.
And good evening to you, Dr.
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive? Or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be?
Goodbye.
So many deaths. A lot of my own.
It's locked, all right. It's locked. At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula. It's locked, all right.